Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out.
Believe it.
Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Do you have someone special in your life that you would do anything for? You take care of them and show them how much they mean to you. But what if the person you put first always puts you last? How do you know when someone you love doesn't care about you as much as you care about them? Here are 8 telltale signs that you're not their priority. 1. They always show up late. Do they show up hours late to meet up with you? Punctuality conveys good manners, courtesy, and discipline. When your friend, family member, or partner constantly shows up late, it shows that you may not be a priority for them. Arriving late to every get-together shows that they don't respect your time, and they don't really care about making you wait for them. 2. They cancel on you at the last minute. Does your friend frequently cancel on you at the last minute? Is your partner always standing you up only to later text you their excuses for why they couldn't make it? They're so willing to ditch you the moment something better comes along. They're ignorant about how excited you were to see them, or the preparation you've done for your get-together. 3. They exclude you from things. Does this person rarely invite you to group activities or to hang out? Even with your mutual friends? Do they plan parties or weekend getaways and leave you out of the picture? When you always think to include them, they never extend the offer of invitation back to you. Being excluded hurts, especially when it's done by someone you love and trust. Unfortunately, it's a clear sign that your feelings aren't mutual and that they don't prioritize you as much as you prioritize them. 4. They don't remember special occasions. What makes every celebration feel special isn't the expensive gifts or the fancy food or the party. It's being surrounded by the people you love and appreciate. So if you notice a certain someone who's always absent during special occasions, then that's a definite red flag. Whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, graduation, or a promotion, this person never puts in any effort for you. They don't buy you a present, they don't celebrate with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know it's my Friday. The VOR is in the building. And I have another powerful topic. Oh, I have another powerful topic. This topic came to me last night while I was doing the show with my sister, Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson, Psi D, and you know, all of the different topics that we were covering. Such a powerful show last night. And I was like, yo, it just popped in and I got a chance to write it down while we were having the discussion yesterday. And you know, I like to play on words. Oh, I love to play on words. Here we go. Tonight's topic. Are you a priority in your relationship? Not a priority, but a triority. I'll try to make it. I'll try to find some time for you. I'll try to figure things out. Are you a priority in your relationship? How do you know when you're no longer a priority to your partner? 1-800-920-1580. I know there are a lot of people across the nation who have experienced being a priority. People in the relationship not doing their best, they're trying their best. Goes back to my good friend Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. Come on. How many of you guys are trying to make it work? You're only trying to make it work because you don't really want to make it work. Your partner's a priority, not a priority. You've heard people say it all the time. People do what they want to do. People make a way to do what they want to do. And for the things that they don't really want to do or they're uncertain of doing, they put it in the try category. All right, I'll try. That's the nicest, most polite way to say, I ain't doing it. Are you a priority in your relationship? How to know when you're no longer a priority to your significant other. How do you define being a priority in a relationship? Listen, are you a top priority unto yourself? Do you prioritize you? What are some signs that indicate you are a priority to your significant other? Heavy stuff, right? Can a relationship thrive without one partner being a priority to the other? 1-800-920-1580. I want to talk to you tonight. I want to get this national discussion popping because I want to learn. I'm in here to learn. And many of you guys come in and you share your insights, and it really levels me up. You guys open me up to spaces and places that I hadn't thought of, right? And you have to remember, this is also a non-judgmental space. Everybody's opinion matters. And we won't condemn you for your thoughts. You know, a lot of people want to argue. I don't want to argue with you. I just want you to get it off your chest. Can a relationship thrive without one partner being a priority to the other? How does being a priority in a relationship contribute to the overall satisfaction of the union? Are there different levels of priority in a relationship? If so, how do you determine where you stand. Wow. What factors might cause a partner to prioritize other aspects of their life over the person and the relationship? 1-800-920-1580. Y'all hear the questions. Y'all know that the questions are doing something different tonight. How can you communicate your desire to be a priority to your significant other without sounding needy or demanding? Ooh, that is a question. Are there certain expectations that should be set regarding being a priority in a relationship? Listen, man. People prioritize their best options, and they marginalize their weakest options. Let me say it again. People prioritize their strongest options, and they marginalize their weakest options. It's human nature for folk to do that, right? 1-800-920-1580. Get to me, get to me. Talk to me. I know you guys are going through it. I know folks have been in situations such as the one I am describing. This is heavy stuff. How can you balance being a priority in a relationship while also maintaining your own individuality and independence? Can a lack of being a priority in a relationship be a temporary phase, or is this something that should be, looked at as a long-term concern? What are some potential reasons why a partner may make, listen, this one right here. What are some potential reasons why a partner may not make you a priority? I got one. You cheated. I got one. You betrayed them. I got one. They can't trust you no more. I got one. They're afraid to trust you. So if they can't trust you and they have fear of opening up to you, then you get demoted on the priorities list. Ooh, Lord. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. How can you address feelings of insecurity or jealous when you are not a priority to your partner? Ooh, God. Is it possible for both partners to be equally prioritized in a relationship? If so, how can this be achieved? How can you determine if your partner's actions align with their words regarding your priority in the relationship? Ooh-wee. Are these questions hitting? Andy, are these questions hitting, bro? You tell me, man. We in here cooking tonight live on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm the voice of reason. The show is always on fire. Tonight's topic, don't get it twisted. Are you a priority in your relationship? You're not a priority. You've been demoted to priority. I'll try to figure it out. I'll try to make it happen. Woo! When we come forward, Zoe gonna open up the phone lines. I'm gonna get a little deeper into the topic. We got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain, Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Me, can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the soap, how the faucet's running and I keep looking at you. Stuck on your phone or you're stuck in your zone. And you don't have a clue, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up. Lately I've been a little fed up. Wish you would just focus on me. Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus?
Today on Hearty Mind Channel, 10 signs when you are not a priority in a relationship. We've all been there before. You're in a relationship and you feel like you're not a priority. Your partner seems more interested in their friends, their work, or their hobbies than they are in you. It hurts to feel like you're not someone's priority, but it's a feeling that far too many of us are all too familiar with. You start to doubt yourself and wonder what you did wrong. Am I not pretty or skinny enough? Am I not funny or interesting enough? Stop it. It is important to recognize the signs that you're not a priority so that you can move on and find someone who will appreciate and cherish you for the amazing person you are. If you want to know if that applies to your relationship, watch this video till the end. We will show you 10 signs that you're not a priority anymore. Also, if you are new here, please like and subscribe to our channel. Please note that some of those signs will be more or less relevant depending on the stage of your relationship. For example, if you just started dating or if you have been in a relationship for a long time. With that in mind, let's begin. 1. They only want to get physical. A physical relationship is not a bad thing. In fact, it can be a very healthy part of any relationship. However, if you find yourself in a relationship where you are the only one who seems to be interested in anything beyond the physical, it may be time to reconsider your priority in the relationship. If your partner only ever wants to talk about or do things that involve getting physical, it's possible that they view you as nothing more than a body to fulfill their needs. This is not a healthy way to view a partner, and it's certainly not a healthy way to sustain a long-term relationship. If you want to be in a relationship where you are genuinely valued and respected, look for someone who sees you as more than just a physical object. 2. They ignore your needs. Being in a relationship should make you feel loved and supported, but sometimes it can be difficult to tell if your partner truly cares about your needs. One way to gauge whether you are a priority in your relationship is to see how your partner responds when you express your needs. If they are dismissive or ignore what you are saying, it may be a sign that they do not see you as a priority. Additionally, if they regularly make decisions that do not take your feelings into account, it can be another red flag. Of course, every relationship is different, and there will be times when your partner cannot always accommodate your needs. However, if you
Oh, I didn't want to give up the whole list, but goodness gracious. Are you a priority in your relationship? Not a priority, not primary, not a focal point outside of themselves. Of course, them being a priority unto themselves should be number one, but you should definitely be 1B. They're 1A, you're 1B. But if you're not, if you've been relegated to being a priority, I'll try to make it happen. I'll see. That's a clear indicator that they're not interested, that they don't want you, that they're not up for the work necessary to doing anything to move the situation forward. Prioritizing oneself in matters of the heart, mind, body, and soul is a multifaceted concept that encompasses various aspects of personal well-being as well as personal growth. It involves recognizing and valuing one's own needs, desires, and boundaries, and actively taking steps to fulfill them. This self-prioritization is crucial for maintaining a healthy and well-balanced life, as neglecting it can have significant consequences. Neglecting self-prioritization in these areas can lead to a range of negative consequences. Emotionally, it can result in feelings of resentment, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. While individuals consequently put others' needs before their own, they may find themselves feeling drained and depleted, which can ultimately impact their mental health. Neglecting self-prioritization can also lead to some physical health issues, as individuals may neglect their own well-being in favor of taking care of others. This can result in chronic stress, burnout, and a compromised immune system. Striking a balance between prioritizing oneself and considering the needs of others in relationships is absolutely critical. It is essential. It requires open and honest communication, of course. It requires setting healthy boundaries. If you've been listening to the Voice of Reason long enough, you know what a boundary is. It's just a euphemism for boundary. And recognizing that self-care is not selfish. By prioritizing oneself, individuals can ensure that they have the emotional and physical resources to show up fully in their relationships. This balance can be achieved by regularly checking in with oneself, assessing one's needs, and finding ways to meet them without neglecting the needs of others. This is very important stuff. See, if you prioritize yourself, I'm guilty of it. I've prioritized myself. You know, certain things I need to do for my own health, certain things I need to do for my own well-being. You know, I've put it off and neglected it, and so if I do it to myself, shouldn't I expect it to be done to me? If I'm doing it to me, shouldn't I consider that I might be doing it to others? I might be prioritizing them as well. Yet, I would say paradoxically, desiring that somebody prioritizes me. Isn't that interesting? Practical steps to prioritize emotional well-being in matters of the heart include engaging in self-reflection, seeking therapy or counseling, practicing mindfulness and self-compassion, and engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. It is important to cultivate self-awareness and identity and identify emotional triggers and patterns that may hinder personal growth and well-being. By addressing these patterns, individuals can and will develop healthier emotional responses and will be able to begin to build stronger relationships. See, that's the whole purpose of this show, right? I try to stretch your perspective so you can see the true depth and breadth of relationships. Relationships are not just about hooking up. It's actually about tapping in, plugging in. You are plugging your soul into somebody. Yee. And there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. I want to talk to the nation tonight. Call me and let me know if you have prioritized yourself, if you have prioritized your partner, and subsequently, are you being prioritized now? The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, trust me, we still got a lot to talk about.
Baby, can you focus on me? Lazy and broke. No, we get this money, so I guess I can't complain.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A Texas couple who appeared on an Oprah Winfrey Network reality show has been indicted by the federal government for running a pyramid scheme. LaShonda and Marlon Moore allegedly targeted the African-American community during the COVID pandemic. There were promises that participants would see 800% returns guaranteed. In reality, thousands of people were defrauded out of more than $10 million. The charges of wire fraud and money laundering mean the pair face 2 decades in prison if found guilty. The Randallstown, Maryland NAACP is questioning what it sees as a lack of urgency in tackling the issue of juvenile crime. President Ryan Coleman says his community no longer feels safe because crimes committed by juveniles continue to happen. Coleman wrote a letter to the head of the state's Department of Juvenile Services, Secretary Vincent Schiraldi, to take action on juvenile crime. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Following the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call zone. Look at me, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, what's the time zone difference? Don't make it no easy. So I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back in my hands. Everybody tuning in the zone. Cause he is.
Then one thing you have to be really mindful of is that you don't do this thing that really drives this cycle between a more anxious leaning and more avoidant leaning partner. And it's to communicate in the negative. So there's a huge difference, just to be super clear, between saying something like, you never spend time with me, you never want to spend time with me, versus saying, hey, I miss you, I feel disconnected, I'd love for us to just do something really fun that kind of brings us back on track. Why don't we spend Saturday night doing this really fun date night at XYZ place? Right? So if you say to somebody like, I miss you, I'm feeling disconnected, let's do some more fun things together, you're communicating proactively about the future, and you're communicating in the positive, what you do want instead of what you don't want or are unhappy with. Like when we said a moment ago, you never spend enough time with me.
She dropped some bombs. That's Thais, right? Hey, Thais just dropped some bombs. The way you frame it, I like that. Well, listen, how do you fall out of favor with a partner? I mean, I know everybody has a million ways, right? How you talk, you could be condescending, you could be aggressive, you could be dismissive. There's a million ways. You could cheat, you could lie, you could do a lot of things, right? But when you get demoted from priority to triority. A triority, of course, is what I'd like to say is when your partner goes from actually being proactive and a participant in doing things to cultivate the happiness in a relationship, they begin to second guess doing those things, and they start saying things like, I'll try to do it, or I'll get around to it, or I've got all these other things that are more important. That's a tough space to be in, because to me, that's an indication that they are no longer interested. And they might be finding a soft place to land to let you know that they're no longer interested, that they no longer want you or the situation or anything. It's very interesting stuff. And what I find is a lot of people stay in situations that are like that for whatever reason. Attila said the landing on turf. Yeah, that is tough. Wow. Prioritization in relationships is, again, exceedingly complex. And it's a heavy topic, of course. And it evokes feelings of disappointment, sadness, and inadequacy when one does not feel like a priority to their partner. Tonight's topic, I aim to delve into the intricacies of this issue, exploring the potential reasons behind a lack of prioritization, establishing healthy boundaries, addressing negative emotions, seeking fulfillment outside of the relationship, determining underlying causes, making compromises, effective communication strategies, and evaluating the significance of being a priority in a relationship. First off, you gotta address feelings of disappointment or sadness. Feelings of disappointment or sadness when not being a priority, not being made a priority by your partner, should be acknowledged and addressed. It is important to communicate these powerful emotions openly from a non-judgmental space, right? Honestly, right? You got to do this with your partner, expressing the desire for a deeper connection and understanding. And you got to be open to understanding their perspective. And that might be hard. Yeesh. Personal insecurities and fears. A lack of priority in a relationship can sometimes be a result of personal insecurities or fears. I've suffered from that. It is crucial to engage in self-reflection to identify and address these underlying issues, right? If you want to cultivate personal growth and self-confidence. However, it is important to note that the lack of prioritization may also stem from the partner's choices and actions. Temporary phase or permanent change. Determining whether a partner's lack of prioritization of you being a temporary change or phase or a permanent change requires open and honest communication again. These are the tough conversations that I've been talking about for almost 2 years now. Consistent patterns over time can develop, and they may help discern between the two, right? It is important to approach the conversation with empathy and a willingness to understand each other's space, man, like where we coming from. I got some callers on the line. I want to get them in here. Atala, she's been on the longest. Get in here. Atala.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
What's up, Ock?
What up?
Okay. Nothing much. Okay, I'm going to make this quick. So I can only speak from my own experience, but I'll say this. In times where I became a priority, if I can say that reflecting now, the truth is I was never a priority even to myself. So obviously, why would they make me a priority? Similar to what you said, right? But in truth, I mean, if we're not even a priority to ourselves and we're not recognizing maybe what it is that we're doing that's ticking our partner off or turning them off or whatever the case may be, there's only so much dopamine that you can receive from me until you start looking for your next fix from someone else. So, which is why I said you falling on turf. You said looking for a soft place to land. You can look for a soft place all day, but, you know, that 80-20 rule is probably going to show you that you will fall on fake grass. Totally fine, but the pieces still need to be fit together in terms of the work that I need to do, right? So I really do feel like this is a result for me of my attachment style being a fearful avoidant, because for me, I might come in anxious and leave avoidant.
Wow. Heavy. Atala, guess what you just did?
I brought Houston, Texas in the building.
H-Town in the building. We appreciate the insight. If you want to bring your city into this national discussion, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, we got Oakland. We got Austin, Texas. Whoever that was calling in, call back 1-800-920-1580. We still have a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. BenefitsCheckup.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I don't with you. You little stupid and game with you. You little dumb and I ain't with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather do than to be with you. Little stupid and I don't give a. Look, I don't give a about you or anything that you do. Don't give a about you or anything that you do. I heard you got a new man, I see you taking the pic. Then you post it up, thinking that it's making me sick. I see you calling, I be making it quick. I'ma answer that shit like I don't with you. I got no feelings to go. I swear I had it up to here, I got no ceilings to go. I mean for real, how you feel? Get 2 cents if it ain't going towards the bill. Yeah, and every day I wake up celebrating. Why? Cause I just dodged the bullet from a crazy person. I stuck to my guns, that's what made me rich, that's what put me on, that's what got me here.
The VOR back in the building. You already know my playlist is my co-host. We in here turned up tonight. We got callers from all over the country. You already know what this is. This is a national discussion. I want to talk to ya. I want to talk to you. Tonight's topic, are you a priority? Not a priority, a triority in your relationship. In other words, maybe your significant other has 1 million things more important than to focus on you. Maybe the relationship is not a priority. Maybe everything else in their lives takes precedent over you. So when it comes to you, they'll try to do things. Are you a triority or a priority in your relationship? 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Who's been on the longest by literally 3 seconds? Sean from Oakland, California. Get in here, Sean.
Hey, 3 seconds. So, you know, the priority of a relationship, great question, right? What I would say is, number one, if you're in crisis, okay, I'm talking about serious relationships. I'm not talking about,
right,
booty calls and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm saying, get out of crisis. And you need therapy, you need whatever you need to do to get out of crisis, do that. But what I'm saying is, you have to, get in there And you have to realize that the other person has exactly the same motivations you do. And I don't think we look at it that way, Zoe. I think sometimes we think of it as a masculine thing and there's a feminine thing. And I think that's a big mistake. I do. What I think of it in the sense of, hey, you want to be with this person for a while? Take it easy on one another. Take it easy on one another. Because things, obviously, things can get really out of hand. And I understand all the possible situations, well, not all, but most of the possible situations where things are just so bad, you've got to go and do that. Don't stay in a relationship that's violent or anything like that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, take it easy on one another if you're really serious about a relationship, because you're always going to have problems. You're always going to have stuff that comes up and hits you right in the face, right when you can't, even expect it. And so that's what I'm saying. Take it easy. Don't just all of a sudden, blame someone or go off and do the natural thing, because all of us have that natural thing like, oh, I'm just going to, boom. Don't do that. Think about it.
I like
think
that, Sean.
Think about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, brother.
No,
I'm saying
you're
think
right
about
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, here's the thing. If you don't think about it and if you are not taking it easy on the other person, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to be defensive,
right,
and they're going to fight back at you.
Yeah.
And they're going to fight, and then it just becomes a perpetual fight.
A little cycle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would rather, I have stuff going on all the time, but I'm mindful, and that's the other word, mindful. Be mindful of the fact that you can help the other person in your relationship. And as a matter of fact, by role modeling, by like, hey, I'm going to be chill. I'm going to sit back and be calm even in the worst situations. You just set an example.
I love
it. You just set an example. So that's my main thing, brother, because I love what you're saying here, because I know you want relationships to succeed.
Yes.
And I do. And I'm working on mine all the time, and I've been in a long one. But it doesn't mean that it ever stops.
Yeah.
It always keeps going.
Yeah. And Sean, when you're in a relationship, you never off work. But let me just say, man, hey, I appreciate
Absolutely.
you, Sean. What did you just do, my brother?
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. I love this show, and I think it's worldwide.
Thank you, brother. You brought Oakland, California in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We got phone lines cracking. Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, Zoe?
What up, good brother?
Bro, it's some questions we got to ask ourselves from the start. What kind of relationship do you have? Do you have a seasonal relationship? Do you have a legitimate, solid relationship? Like, what do you have?
Because
every emotion or every relationship requires a different set of emotions. It requires a different part of your character, and all of them are you. It's just that it's different aspects of you in each type of relationship. So if you have a relationship where it's just, look, y'all got together for a reason, or y'all were going through something at a certain time and your emotions got together, your nervous system got together, whatever it is, then that's going to come out in your friction. And it's not that y'all are disrespectful to each other.
But see,
it's just that y'all are not compatible with each other, maybe.
Well, don't go that far. Don't go with not compatible, because compatibility, is a subjective thing that kind of wanes. It comes in and out. Here's the thing. When you don't have the tools necessary to properly manage the shadow that work that comes up, conflict, right? If you don't have the tools to properly manage that, you may think you're incompatible when in fact you're not. Now, you brought up something before that I think is crucial. When the challenge of relationship happens, when your humanity shows up in the relationship, and the person that you are closest to hurts you or you hurt them, now you could potentially be downgraded from priority to triority. Because now you hurt them, and they never conceived in their mind that you could or would.
Yeah.
So getting back on track, getting downgraded to priority from priority, getting back on track, that's the real daunting task. And that's going to put a spotlight on whatever toolbox you inherited. Do you understand
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Talk to me.
Yeah,
Reggie.
that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. I mean, your humanity is a non-negotiable. And
well, in a relationship, it is. It's a negotiable.
Absolutely right. That's what makes your relationship what it is.
Right. Your humanity is on trial in a relationship.
Absolutely, it is. And you said that you're on work for the life of the relationship.
Yeah.
Or I'm kind of paraphrasing what you said, but
you never clock out.
Right, there you go. But I don't work as hard as I can from the time I start my shift to the end of my shift. Like there are periods of waxing and waning in my workday, and I'm still on the clock. That's just how I go. But there are certain skills that I use periodically during my day. I'm not a machine,
right?
And so, and your partner has to understand that, and you have to communicate that in a way where they accept it and they understand where you're coming from, and vice versa.
Right, because at work you get a break and you get lunch.
Absolutely.
Wait, hold tight, Reggie. Hold tight. Stay with me, Reggie. We got Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and of course, Los Angeles is in the building. We got a national discussion happening here. Are you a triority or a priority in your relationship? When we come forward, we got more to talk about.
You little dumb man. Wow. I ain't with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather do than to be with you. Little stupid ass. I don't give a. Look, I don't give a about you or anything that you do. Don't give a